How's it going, everyone? My name is Chips, and in this video I'll be showing you how to build this Viking house that you see in front of you now. For anyone that is new to the channel, this is going to be a step-by-step walkthrough video with voiced over instructions so you can get this build on your arc. And on the screen right now you will see a full list of building materials that you will need for this build, as well as the map chords where I built this on Fjordur. Now you can also find this information in the description below if you would like to quickly copy and paste it over to your own device. But anyways, with all of that said, I just want to tell you all thank you so much for being here today, checking out this video, and let's go ahead and let's get to building. Alright, so the first thing we are obviously going to do for the build is lay out the foundation. So we're going to start off, you can see I've already placed one stone foundation. We're going to add two more to the right of that. We'll then add another row of three behind these. Now behind this, we're going to add a row of 7 wooden foundations with 2 sticking out from each side. We'll do this one more time. Behind this, we're going to add 4 rows of 9 wooden foundations, so you'll have 1 sticking out from each side. We'll go ahead and add 2 more rows of 7 wooden foundations behind this. And finally, we'll add 2 more rows of 3 stone foundations. Now you can go ahead and switch all of the stone foundations to block and leave the wooden foundations alone. Now we're going to come into our stone foundations, and on this front left one, we're going to place a wooden fence foundation right on the edge. Then on this corner, we're going to add 5 high stone pillars. We'll do the same thing right here on this stone foundation. Go ahead to our stone foundations on the other side of the build and do the same thing over here. Now we're going to move into our wooden foundations, and on this one right here on the corner, we're going to add another wooden fence foundation. And we'll place 2 high wooden pillars right here in the corner. We'll add another wooden fence foundation right here, and place 1 high pillars here on this corner. And then we will add another wooden fence foundation right here. And in this corner, we will again place 1 high wooden pillar. We're going to go ahead over here to the other side and just mirror that over here. And then we will head to the other side of our build and copy that over here. Now right here next to this wooden pillar, we're going to get out a wooden wall. And we are going to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system until you get this light blue side facing you. Go ahead and place that down and add 1 more on top. We'll do that right here next to this wooden pillar as well. Now right here in the middle, we're first going to get out a stone double door frame and again rotate the snap point and place it down, and then add a thatch door frame on top of it. Now we're going to go ahead and get out a wooden catwalk and place 1 right here, as well as 1 to the side of that. Then you can go ahead and replace that thatch door frame with another stone double door frame and fill those in with reinforced double doors. Now we're going to go to the other end of the build and repeat this step over here. I'm going to go ahead and do it off camera to save us a little bit of time. Just copy exactly what we just did. Alright, so for this next step, we're going to start adding some walls, but first, as you can see, I've already placed some thatch ceilings down around the outside of the build, so real quick, go ahead and pause the video and copy what I've done here with the thatch ceilings. Alright, so you got all of the thatch ceilings placed, awesome, good job. We're going to go ahead and move on now with our walls. So we're going to start off here on the left side of the build next to this wooden pillar. we're going to get out a sloped wooden wall right, and we're going to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system so that it places with the light blue side facing you. Go ahead and place that down. We'll rotate right here and get out a regular wooden wall, and again rotate the snap point and place one on each of these. Coming around to the front here, we'll place another regular wooden wall, rotating the snap point, and add a sloped wooden wall right on top of it. And then right here we'll place 2 wooden walls followed by a sloped wooden wall right. Moving over here to this side, we'll place 2 wooden walls right here, followed by a sloped wooden wall left. We'll place another wooden wall right here and a sloped wooden wall left on top. Coming to the side, we'll place 2 wooden walls right here, 1 on each. And then we'll place a sloped wooden wall left, again rotating the snap point. Now we're going to head to the other side of the build and just mirror what we did back here. And then once you have all of your walls placed, go ahead and pick up or destroy those thatch ceilings. Alright, next we're going to go ahead into this center stone foundation and place a stone double door frame. We're then going to place a thatch regular door frame on top of it. Then we're going to get out a wooden catwalk and place one right here and another one to the side of it. You can then go ahead and replace that thatch door frame with a stone double door frame. And now we're going to go ahead and place a wooden ceiling right here, 1 to each side of it, and then 3 more behind it. We're going to go ahead to the other side of the build and repeat this step. Next, we're going to come to the side of our stone foundations and place a wooden railing right here and add 1 more on top. We'll do that again in this spot. As we come around the front, we're going to place one right here. Just be careful, watch out for that fence foundation. Make sure you're getting it on the actual foundation. We're going to place a stone stair right here, and then continue placing these 2 high wooden railings. Now just go ahead to the other end of the build and do that again over here. Alright, next we're going to come inside of our build right above these doors, and we're going to add 2 rows of 3 wooden ceilings hanging inward like this. Go ahead and do that at the other end as well. Now we're going to go ahead and from this ceiling right here, we're going to place another one out like this and just take a row across until we reach the other side, stopping right there so that we have this corner open. Do the same thing over here. And now the last thing we're going to do for this step is on either side, really in any of these 3 spots, we're just going to place 2 wooden stairs going down to get us to this level. Next, we're going to get out thatch ceilings, and we're first going to place 2 right here hanging out from these wooden ceilings. We'll place 3 more here at the front, and 2 more here on this side. Then we're going to get out a thatch door frame, and we're going to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system until you get this light blue side facing you. Go ahead and place that down and do that on each spot. Now we're going to get out a stone railing, and this time we're going to be looking for the green snap point, so you may need to rotate the snap point again until you get this green looking snap point. Go ahead and place that down and do this on each spot as well. And now we're going to get out a wooden wall, and again rotate the snap point until you get the light blue side facing you. Go ahead and then place that and destroy that thatch door frame. And go ahead and do this on each spot. Now we'll head back here to the front, and we're going to get out a wooden catwalk, and we'll place one right here and then 1 more right here. So now we're just going to go to the other side of the build and repeat this step, and then once you're done, go ahead and pick up or destroy all of those thatch ceilings. Next, we are going to place another wooden wall on top of these two wooden walls right here. We'll go ahead to the other side right here and do the same thing. Now on this portion right here, starting off on this left wall, we're going to get out a thatch door frame, and we are going to flip the door frame around using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system until you get the green side. Go ahead and place it. Now it's important to note we flipped that door frame. We did not rotate the snap point. It is a different button. We're going to come right here to the rightmost wall and get out another thatch door frame, and this time we're just going to leave it as it is. Go ahead then and get out reinforced doors and fill those in. Then right here in the middle, we're going to get out a wooden double door frame, and we'll fill that in with a reinforced double door. Now we're going to come inside of the build, and we're going to open all three of these doors so that they open outward like this. Then go ahead back outside and get out a wooden wall again and replace these door frames with wooden walls. Go ahead to the other side of the build and repeat this step. Alright, next we're going to come back in here and get out a wooden catwalk and place one right here, as well as one to the side of that. We'll then get out a wooden double door frame and place one on this leftmost wall, and one here on the rightmost wall. Then right here in the center, we're going to place a wooden wall. Now from one of these wooden double door frames, we're going to go ahead and hang out a thatch ceiling like this. Get out a wooden catwalk, and you may need to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system so that it faces like this. And then once you have that placed, go ahead and pick up or destroy that thatch ceiling. We're now going to go to the other side and repeat this step. Alright, next we're going to come in here where we left this gap and place a thatch ceiling right here. We'll take a line of thatch ceilings across this side, and we'll place one more right here. Next, we're going to get out a wooden wall, and we're going to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system until you get the light blue side. Go ahead and place that and add one more on top. Do the same thing right here. We'll head over here to this other corner and do the same thing on this thatch ceiling. Then here on this side, we're going to get out a wooden window frame, and again rotate the snap point until you have the light blue side, and take a line of these across. Go ahead and fill those in with reinforced windows. And then go ahead and add a wooden wall on top of those. Once you have that done, you can go ahead and pick up or destroy those thatch ceilings, and just repeat this step on the other side of the build. Now on the inside of the build, we're going to get out a wooden double door frame and place one right here, and just continue placing these across this line. And then you can go ahead and add a wooden wall on top of each one of those. Go ahead and turn around and do the same thing right here. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and get out sloped wooden roofs, and first place one right here, just like this. We'll go ahead and place one below that. We'll start taking a line of these across, stopping and leaving the last space open. So we'll stop right there. Go ahead and first place this one right here, and then when you place this one, just make sure it lines up with the one above it, like that. We'll go ahead to this bottom row and do the same thing. Take a line across, making sure they line up with the one above them. And now you can just go ahead and repeat this step on the other side of the build. Now we're going to get out a wooden catwalk and first place one right here between these two walls. We'll skip this space and place one right here. Skip another space and place one right here. Now we're going to go ahead and fill in this gap with wooden ceilings. Now right here where we have this catwalk, we're going to get out a wooden fence foundation. And you're first going to place one right here down the middle of those two ceilings. Get out another one and rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system. And place it right here to the right of that one. And then get out one more and again rotate the snap point a few more times until you get the one that's placing to the left of the first one we placed. So you should have 3 total fence foundations now. We're going to come to where we have this catwalk and do the same thing right here. One in the middle, another one to the right, and one more to the left. Go ahead and do that one more time right here where we have this catwalk. Now we're going to go ahead and get out a wooden pillar, and you're going to want to make sure you have the center snap point, so it should be center on that catwalk. Go ahead and place that down and add one more below it. Do this on these other 2 spots as well. And then once you have all of those done, you can go ahead and repeat this step on the other side of the build. Alright, next we're going to come to the left side of this wooden pillar and get out a sloped wooden wall right. And we're going to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system until you get the light blue side facing you. Go ahead and place that. Now on the right side of the pillar, get out a sloped wooden wall left and do the same thing. And repeat this 2 more times on the next 2 spots. Now this next portion can be a little bit tricky, so please follow along carefully, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment. We're going to come over here and look for that spot where we placed the 3 wooden fence foundations, and we're going to get out a wooden wall, and we're going to be looking for the snap point that is placing on the fence foundation that is furthest from us, so it should look like this. And go ahead and flip that wall around using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system so that it faces like this. Now remember, we flipped the wall, we did not rotate the snap point. Go ahead and get out another wooden wall, and this time rotate the snap point until you find the fence foundation that is in the middle. It should look like this. Go ahead and place it. And then get out one more wooden wall and again rotate the snap point until you find the fence foundation that is closest to us. It should look like this. And again, go ahead and flip that wall around and place it right here. So it should now look like this. They should be kind of evenly spaced and you have 3 walls. We're going to go ahead and do this 2 more times on these other 2 spots. Once you have all 3 of those placed on all of these spots, we're going to go ahead and get out a wooden catwalk. And you're going to be looking for that one that is snapping to the middle wall. So if you look closely, you can see the 2 middle portions of the catwalk are hugging that middle wall. Go ahead and place that down and do this on the other 2 spots as well. So now just go ahead and repeat this step on the other side of our build. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and add a wooden pillar on top of each one of these wooden pillars we already have placed. Now we'll come to the set of wooden walls, and we're first going to get out a sloped wooden wall right and place it on this wooden wall right here. Then we'll get out a sloped wooden wall left and place it right here. So the middle wooden wall will have nothing on it, and those 2 sloped wooden walls will be hugging it. Go ahead and do this on the other 2 as well. And then again, just go ahead and repeat this step over here. Alright, now we're going to start working on our topmost roof. So the first thing we're going to do is come here to this wooden wall and get out a wooden ceiling and place it just like this. And then just continue taking a line of ceilings until we reach the other wooden wall. Now we will again get out wooden ceilings, and this time we're going to place it like this so that it overhangs. And place one more right here in the same fashion. And go ahead and do this on the other end as well. Now, like we did earlier, we're going to come where we have this catwalk and get out a wooden fence foundation. And we will first place one between the 2 wooden ceilings. We'll get out another one and rotate the snap point and place it to the right. And then we'll get out one more and rotate through the snap points and place it to the left. Once you have that, go ahead and get out a wooden pillar. And again, make sure you're snapping it to that middle fence foundation like this. Go ahead to the other end and do this again. Now we're going to come back in here and get out a wooden fence foundation again, and we're going to rotate through the snap point using whichever keyer button is appropriate for your system until you get this one that is lining up with that middle fence foundation we already placed. Go ahead and place one down and just continue doing this until we reach the other end. Now that you have all of those placed, we're going to go ahead and get out a wooden pillar again. And we'll start off right here where the fence foundations connect. We're not going to place this one. We're going to skip to the next spot where they connect right here and place one down. We'll go ahead and skip to the next spot where fence foundations connect and do this again. And just continue this pattern until we reach the spot before the last spot on the other end. Alright, now we're going to come to the spot where we have the 3 wooden fence foundations, and like we did before, we're going to get out a wooden wall and look for the snap point that is placing on the fence foundation farthest from us. And again, go ahead and flip this wall using whichever keyer button is appropriate for your system so that it places like this. Again, remember, we're flipping the wall, not rotating the snap point. Go ahead and get out another wall, and this time rotate the snap point looking for that middle fence foundation right here. Place that down. And get out one more, and again rotate the snap point looking for the closest fence foundation that looks like this, and again flip that wall so it places like this. So you should now have 3 walls. Go ahead to the other end and do the same thing down here. Now that you have those 3 placed, we're going to go ahead and add another wooden wall on top of each of these fence foundations going down the middle. And then with all of those walls placed, we're going to come to the edge here and get out a wooden catwalk. And again, we're going to be placing it on that middle wall, so it should look like this, where it hugs that middle wall. And then just go ahead and take a line of these all the way down until we hang over the other end. Next, we're going to get out a wooden pillar and place one on top of each of these wooden pillars we have right here. Then we're going to get out a sloped wooden wall right, and we're going to place it on the wall that is farthest from us like this. And get out a sloped wooden wall left and place it on the one closest to us. And then mirror that on the other side. Once you have all of that placed, you can go ahead and pick up or destroy these overlapping wooden ceilings on each end. Alright, now we're going to come back in here, and where we have these wooden ceilings, we're going to get out a wooden stair and drop one down from the first 3 ceilings. Stopping right here and skipping this middle portion, we'll come to the back side of the build and do the same thing from these first 3. We're now going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. Now we're going to head back here to the top of the build on the other side where we have the dark wooden walls. And we're going to get out a wooden ramp. And you'll notice our wooden ramp will have 2 snap points. It has this one that is further away from us and this one that is closer to us. We want the one that is farther away from us. So go ahead and place that down. We're going to go ahead and place another one right here, again, making sure we're getting that same snap point so that they line up. And we're going to continue doing this all the way across to our back side. Again, make sure with each one that you're getting that same snap point so that they line up. Now we're going to go ahead and drop another line of these down from the ones we just placed. So just like this, and just go ahead and take the line across. Now if any of these are obstructed, it's because you did not place the first one above on the backmost snap point. So you'll just need to go ahead and correct that. Now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of the build. Now that you finally have all of that done, these stairs that we originally placed, you can go ahead and go in here and switch these all to ramp. Now here on the very top, we're going to come in here where we have that middle wooden wall between those two sloped wooden walls, and we're going to place a stone railing on top of it just like this. Go ahead and take a line of stone railings going across on that middle wall. Now we're going to come to one of our ends where we originally placed those two wooden double door frames, and we are now going to replace those with the appropriate sloped wooden wall. Go ahead and do this on the other end as well. Now for our final step on the outside, we're going to come to one of our little side portions right here and place two sloped wooden roofs going inward like this. Go ahead to the other side of it and do the same thing. We'll go ahead and do that on these other two as well. And then of course we will go to the other side of the build and repeat that step over here. Alright, now we just have one step to do on the inside of the build and we will be done. So we're going to come in here to this middle ceiling and place a wooden fence foundation right here on the edge of it. Just like this. Go ahead and place a wooden pillar on each end of that fence foundation and add two more on top of them to get us up to the roof. And then place two more below them to get us down to the ground. Go ahead and repeat this right here on the back side. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and line the inside of this portion with thatch ceilings. Then you can go ahead and get out a wooden railing, and we're going to rotate the snap point using whichever key or button is appropriate for your system. But you want to end up with this light blue snap point. Go ahead and place that down. And just do this in each of these spots except for where our stair comes up. Once you have all of those placed, go ahead and pick up or destroy those thatch ceilings. Alright everyone, that is going to do it for the building portion of this video. Now I am going to go ahead and apply a quick paint scheme and do a little bit of decorating to try to make this feel a little bit more like a Viking house. So if you guys want to see what I do with that, stick around for one more second and I will show you what I come up with. Alright, like I said, I've gone ahead and applied a paint scheme and done just a little bit of decorating. Now I didn't go too crazy. I wanted to hurry up and get this build out for y'all, since I know with a new map, everybody's probably pretty eager for some new Viking style builds. For the paint scheme on the outside, I've painted the roofs and sort of all of the accessory wooden pieces with the mud color. And then I've painted the main walls with the tan color. I've also obviously added some trophy wall mounts and put some trophy Rex heads on them, as well as over here. I've also put a few in here to try to fill in these spaces a little bit. That is optional, you don't have to do that, but it does help to kind of fill in those gaps a little bit. Obviously added some torches coming through our entrance. Got some general clutter here around the outside, and the backside is basically the same thing. As we head inside of our doors here, obviously we got some more torches inside here. Got kind of a forgery area over here, Just a little bit of clutter here in the corners. And then we've got sort of like a dining area right here. Like I said though, I did not go too overboard with the decorations. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a general idea of the space. It's a pretty big open space. You could definitely fit a lot of storage and whatnot in here for practical uses. As we go upstairs, we have kind of like our main bedroom right here. Just kind of set this up to be like a main bedroom. We've got our little corridors over here, one on each side. And then I kind of made this area into like a communal resting area, like a Viking style thing where you'd have like a lot of beds just laid out on the floor. Just sort of like for everybody else to sleep in. Alright everyone, that is going to do it for this video and build. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was easy for you to follow along and get this build on your Ark. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, leave me some feedback in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel, go check out some of my other builds, and if you like what you see, subscribe for future Ark Let's Build videos. I will be doing more Viking style stuff for the new map, as well as pens for all of the new tames. Also, make sure you check out the description for a link to my social medias, and also I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to our newest member, Queen Blood. But anyways guys, with all of that said, I just want to tell you all thank you so much for being here today, checking out this video, and have a great day.